Um, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So today we're going to talk, whoops, I'm on the wrong presentation. We're going to talk about magnesium. So let me get to the right slides here. All right, now we'll get started. Um, we'll start with that, and then we're going to do a little transcendental meditation at the end to relax us and kind of energize us before we go into our afternoon. So um, magnesium is like, calcium and potassium, a very important nutrient for helping us to manage our blood pressure. And it affects our nerves and our heart. So, again, super important for that blood pressure control. So, magnesium in the body, it's a cofactor. If you remember the Krebs cycle back from biology class, the magnesium goes in from all over the Krebs cycle. It's a cofactor in all sorts of reactions in our body. So, well needed in our body. It helps with protein synthesis, again, muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control as well, and that blood pressure regulation. It is also involved in that ATP cycle, the Krebs cycle, producing energy for us. DNA and RNA synthesis, involved in the structural development of bone, so helping with the laying down of bone, and also active transport for calcium and potassium across cell membranes, which is very important to keep our heartbeat regular. So magnesium and blood pressure. Um, So magnesium, they found in a study that intake of 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day, which would be something you would take in through a supplement, actually helped to lower many patients' blood pressure by 5.6 on the systolic and 2.8 on the diastolic. But there were people that had no improvement. So just so you know that. And it also is going to depend on how much magnesium you're already getting in your diet. So if you've already lowered your blood pressure by eating the DASH diet, you may not get as big of effect by just supplementing with magnesium. So I do have that second bullet there, is just how important that the DASH diet is in helping to improve our blood pressure numbers. And in general, the top number, the systolic for DASH, can go down 8 to 14 points. So, and then the diastolic also goes down as well. I can't remember the numbers right off on that. Um, so magnesium guidance and foods. Magnesium is found abundantly in a lot of our foods, but most of us don't get enough. I think they said close to 70% of our Americans are not getting enough of magnesium in their diet. So one of the best sources that I've found is pumpkin seeds. So if you can throw an ounce of pumpkin seeds onto a salad, or there's actually pumpkin seed nut butter or seed butter that some people like to put on their toast. So that will give you 156 milligrams of that magnesium. So a great source of magnesium. I do have the guidance down there on the side. So men over 31, you want to be getting about 420 milligrams per day. And women over 31, we want to be getting about 320 milligrams per day. So as you can see, if you had that ounce of pumpkin seeds, that could be, half to a third of your day's worth of what you need in magnesium. It's also found in other seeds. So chia seeds are another great source. You could throw the chia seeds into yogurt or parfaits. You could blend it into smoothies, make chia seed pudding, or add it to your cereal in the morning as well. Dry roasted almonds, spinach, and I've got listed here the boiled half a cup is 78. So if you had a whole cup, that could be quite a significant amount. And then other nuts, cashews, peanuts, that shredded wheat is pretty high in magnesium as well. Soy milk, black beans, edamame, so our soy products, and then peanut butter as well is fairly high. But there's a lot of good sources of magnesium. They're just, um, again, you need to eat a lot of them to get your intake in for the day. So let's see, I just have one more slide. Magnesium rich recipe. I listed salmon salad, and this is in your booklet. It's, I think, listed on maybe page 7 or 8. It's under lunches, I believe. But this is one that I like to have. So I keep that salmon that's already been pre-cooked. I put it in the refrigerator. I pull that out, throw that over my greens. You could use spinach as I listed here, or you could also use, you know, some type of spring mix or something like that. That's also high in nutrients. And then I put on a half a cup of edamame. I like to buy mine frozen and shelled already, and so it's unsalted. And then I just cook that half cup up quick in the microwave and throw that over my salad. Craisins and pumpkin seeds are gonna bump up that magnesium as well. And then I just put on some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. And that makes just a great salad. This is also really good if you want to throw it into a wrap as well. So as you can see, about 313 milligrams of magnesium there, and 1502 of potassium. So really good sources of, you know, magnesium and potassium. So that's all I have on the slides. I'm going to go and pull up. So do you guys have any questions on the slides before we move on? If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and go to our Transcendental Meditation. So I will open this up. And again, this is in our scroll, and I've also hooked it to the calendar, your calendar. Hopefully you can see in the virtual gym on certain days. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. Again, transcendental is the one where you want to stay awake for, you want to observe your thoughts. It's been shown to decrease blood pressure, and you use a mantra. So if you haven't come up with a mantra that you feel like you want to use the rest of your life, maybe if you think of something just for the day, it could be a Ram or a Om or something like that. But as you start catching yourself having thoughts or your mind drifting away, you bring yourself back with your mantra. So we'll go ahead and do this, and hopefully you'll be able to hear this all right. And this one again is hooked to the gym. So I like to close my eyes and just start with a few deep breaths just to tell my body to relax. And then I'll start to repeat my mantra to myself until it kind of goes out of my mind. And then I just allow my thoughts to come and go. I allow my mind to go blank as much as I can. I'm going to go ahead and pause the music and just allow yourself to start to slowly come back to awareness. And I found that I really enjoy doing transcendental meditation at home, and it just relaxes me. I had company a couple weekends ago, and I did it before they came, and just it helped me unwind. I can find myself getting into that zone um, where I just kind of let my thoughts go and catch myself as an observer when I do see those thoughts. And I have another gal in the class that's been practicing quite a bit, and she's really enjoying it as well. So again, the more you practice, probably the more benefits you'll see from it. But again, every meditation type isn't for everyone. So I'm going to stop the share on that. Um, do you guys have any questions?
I do not.
Okay, I just have, oh, go ahead. Okay, I just have one comment. I sent an email out of the virtual gym this morning on HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. And there's some really good evidence that it helps with lowering blood pressure significantly. There is different ways to do it. I would just recommend, if you're not used to doing a high intensity type training, that you maybe start with a stationary bike and you go ahead and warm up for a couple of minutes, and then you go 1 minute hard, and then you go back and do 2 minutes at a more sedate pace, and then you keep cycling like that. For 30 minutes is what they want you to, is what the study showed. That's what they used, 30 minutes. And it actually started reducing blood pressure right away, but over a period of time, it became very significant. And they were doing it 3 times a week. I think the study went for 2 months, 2 months, or yeah, 3 times a week. And so they showed results with that. So that can be another thing with the DASH diet, um, with, magnesium, maybe supplementing magnesium might help bring it down a little bit more. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about nitrates, and in particular beetroot juice, how that has been shown to significantly reduce blood pressure as well. So we just have to keep piling on all these different things that can help bring our blood pressure down, and hopefully get us off a medication or all of our medications once we start utilizing all of these things. So with that, if you don't have any other questions, I will let you get going. And on Thursday, we'll be doing the nitrates, and we'll also be doing tapping in class, tapping for high blood pressure.